Good morning. A few people have been asking me about how they can use some of my natural bases to make a natural deodorant paste. So I thought I would show you here. And what I've done is I've melted about 100 grams of my Elemental's balm base, and in it I've also added some amazing lime wax, which is made from the peel of the lime fruit, and that just gives a little bit more texture to the end product, as well as imparting a nice lime fragrance. So over here I have put about a heaped teaspoon each of allantoin powder, which is really nice and anti-inflammatory, some zeolite fine clay, which acts as an absorbent, and just slightly less than a heaped teaspoon of baking soda, which is deodorizing and absorbent as well. So this is a really easy thing to do. So I'm just basically going to pour the melted balm into that there and give it a wee stir. So it may go a little bit lumpy. And the good thing about this sort of product is you can, if it's not quite the right texture or consistency, you can just add a little bit more. So I'm going to stir that through just for the purposes of this. I'm not going to sort of spend ages stirring it, but you probably want to stir it for another few minutes. Now, a little secret that I also do is add a small amount of a liquid preservative. Even though technically the product doesn't need it to preserve it, it actually does have antibacterial properties, which is going to help it function as a deodorant. The aroma, I'm adding a small amount of vanilla CO2 extract because I want a sort of limey, citrusy, a small amount of orange bitter oil, which is from the rind of orange bitter, so that was probably about 1 ml, and then a small amount of kaffir lime leaf, which again acts as a nice sort of natural deodorant citrusy oil. Now I'm going to carry on mixing that off camera and add to this so you can see exactly what I've done and what it looks like when I've finished. Thank you. Okay, so it's now a few minutes later and I actually needed to add about another heaped teaspoon of powder to this, so I chose to add allantoin for its soothing sort of properties, but you could have added either the zeolite or the baking soda. And then I've just mixed it for a few more minutes just using the spoon, so nothing fancy, and you can see it's a nice smooth sort of mobile liquid, well not really a liquid, sorry, but mobile, but no sort of lumps in there. I'm just going to give it one more last mix and then put it aside, and we'll come back and see what it looks like in a few minutes. Okay, so it's now been about an hour and you can see the deodorant sort of paste has set reasonably solid, but I was able to put my finger in and just scoop out a small amount, which is what I'd need, and then that just really melts on contact with the skin, melts and softens, and then you would just apply that under your arms. That would be about a sufficient amount.